Hello, welcome, and thank you for taking some time with me. My name is Ryan Morris. I'm the co-founder of a company called Friends2Follow. We work specifically within the news industry, focused on social media and revenue generation there. Today, we're going to talk about leveraging social media for community recovery during these unprecedented times of coronavirus and, of course, the riots that are going on out there. As far as me, in an introduction, I've spent my entire career helping news drive new digital revenue. So before I worked at Friends2Follow, my partners and I actually came from the newspapers of New England. We created Friends2Follow to work with the social media advertisers are pushing more and more resources toward. Just to let you know, you are all on mute, but I will have the join.me chat feature available, so feel free to interject or ask questions via chat throughout this entire presentation. I'll certainly be watching. To get started, these are unprecedented times. It is a phrase that's becoming shockingly common. In fact, things are so unprecedented right now, the word unprecedented is being used an unprecedented amount. Coronavirus and now riots have significantly changed how our advertisers are doing business, driving revenue, and of course, spending on advertising. We are going to show you ways that you can use social media to assist with advertiser recovery, help them increase their engagement with your audience, and help you drive more readers to your website. This is a great way to work with social media to not only increase engagement, but also to drive new revenue. We will also illustrate some of the reasons working with social media is more important than ever. Because of these unprecedented times, let's begin with what most advertisers, particularly small businesses, do during unprecedented times of crisis, times like these. Advertisers contract. They agonize over every dollar spent. It is difficult for them to see the big picture, the end game, a return to business and to growing market share. These contracting thoughts are not what experts suggest and not what we want to help with local business recovery. No one has to tell you, these unprecedented times have also been rough on news. We are seeing more visitors to our websites and demand for our hyperlocal news than ever before. But with contracting advertisers, we are shrinking our newsrooms and staff to help cope. Just like with advertisers, these contractions are not what experts suggest will help, and is not what they suggest to help with local recovery in particular. Gordon Burrell sums it up here. Media consumption is up, advertising is down, but advertisers that continue or increase with their ad budgets win. Help them turn these elements of crisis into an opportunity. Newspapers like yours have a unique ability to connect struggling merchants with readers searching for information on the local level. Social media is a good force multiplier for efforts from your staff and can be an excellent form of communication between your advertisers and readers. Contracting ad revenue and thus newspaper staff during our busiest time is a local issue, one that can be turned into an opportunity. But we need to rethink what it means for advertisers to work with you, the hub of local information. It is more important than ever to be partners for local community recovery. If you follow these steps, you can create a virtuous cycle, help businesses recover, grow your revenue, increase readers, and information distribution. Here's how Guru Burrell sums up that opportunity with advertisers. Remember, there's more audience and less clutter. Help them advertise now and win the market that you both serve. Number one, let them know that you are in this together. You're truly a community. Offering a recovery rate, recovery package, or even a product that you're using specifically for recovery, even matching dollars with your advertisers shows you care and are interested in maximizing value during these unprecedented times. Understanding is number two. Understanding what an advertiser needs is key. I always suggest a know before you go strategy so that you know everything you can about your advertiser before you start asking them questions and offering them products. Is the advertiser even open? Is their website up to date? Are they active with social media? When you know as much as you can, you should approach the advertiser and ask open-ended questions about their needs and struggles. They will literally tell you everything that they need and what they see as most important for their business and how you might be able to help with those needs. Number 3, Burrell says offer a variety of marketing opportunities. I suggest have a variety of opportunities that can be crafted into a coherent plan for any business to satisfy their needs. We never suggest the show up and throw up method, where you show everything that you've got to your advertiser and allow them to pick and choose. That ties into number 4, which is maximize the value you provide. Help them put it all together. You are there to help. You need to understand the needs of the advertiser and be able to offer a suite of products to accomplish their goals. Literally help with creative ideas that fit the business, that will work for the business and show them results and help them recover in this crazy time. Later in the presentation, we'll show you some more techniques and companies like ours that can help you meet your goals for community recovery. But first, let's take a quick overview of where readers and customers are and how social media can be a valuable tool. It is a great way to multiply efforts from your staff and help advertisers communicate to your audience. Look at the huge number on the right. 70% of American adults are on social media. That's 230 million people. That is a large portion of the United States and clearly shows that your readers, along with the rest of the world, especially here in the United States, are engaging with social media. Within social, look how engaged these people are. They spend an average of 2 hours on social media. Okay? And that was before the pandemic and the riots started happening. Okay? This is January 2020. Okay? That has only increased since the beginning of these unprecedented times. You may not have thought of social media as a competitor before, but it is everywhere. This slide is telling us that your average person also has near 7 social media accounts. To me, at first that sounded like a stretch. Then I started thinking about it. 7 social media accounts per person is not that high if you start thinking about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's 3 that are pretty standard. A lot of people have all those 3. Now you add entertainment, YouTube, right? Reddit, if you add photos on there, Flickr, Tumblr, right? If you add activities to that, right? Strava, Apple Fitness, Whoop, My Yoga Online. Social media is everywhere. And if you haven't thought about it as a competitor before, now is the time to start thinking of social media as a valuable tool and as a competitive force, vying for the ad dollars of your different advertisers out there. Okay, we just showed you a very high use of social media before the pandemic, and it has increased significantly during the pandemic and is continuing to increase during our riot crisis. A Forbes study reaffirms what numerator here shows. More people are spending more time with social media in these unprecedented times. It is not surprising that people have turned more and more to social media for business updates on what is open, from governments as far as if there's a curfew, or what's the latest on COVID-19. They're also replacing in-person connections with each other through social media. And your readers are increasingly turning to social media, not just for connecting with friends, also for getting your news. If you are being active enough on social media as an organization, social media can be an excellent driver of traffic to your website. In fact, social media and search are the 2 biggest drivers of referrals to your news site. That's right, Google and Facebook often compete neck and neck as far as the #1 referral site for your traffic. So how aggressively are you promoting advertisers and the news on your social media websites, your social accounts even? With all the eyeballs, generally goes the revenue as well. Facebook has a huge chunk of eyeballs and revenue. They grew advertising revenue last year by 27% to $34 billion in the United States and Canada. Again, if you've not thought of Facebook as a competitor for the ad budgets of your advertisers, you should definitely start looking at our Friend2Me and see what they're doing to pull more and more, a higher percentage of the overall ad budget from your advertisers. Here's Facebook's little secret that many of your advertisers do not understand and why they've gotten so good at driving revenue. Free reach is represented here by the goldish brown line that you're seeing dive bomb plummet starting in October of 2013. This is the free reach that business Facebook pages have gotten. Beginning and before 2013, life was very good for advertisers on Facebook. As a small to medium business, I worked as hard as I could to get as many people to like and follow our Facebook page as possible. And from that point on, I had unlimited access to these people. Every time I posted, they received that on their personal Facebook wall. As of October of 2013, Facebook put a stop to all of that free reach. They started decreasing the amount of your followers you reach with every post you put onto your business Facebook page. In 2013, we saw that reach drop to about 16%. Here today, your average business is reaching anywhere from 2 to 7% of their followers with each post they put onto that business Facebook page. As Facebook decreased the amount of your own followers that you reach with each of your posts, they started decreasing that free or organic reach. The CPM for social media advertising through Facebook began to increase. In 2013, when they started decreasing reach, they also launched their own advertising platform. And since then, you can see the CPM, the average cost per 1,000 impressions of Facebook advertising, represented by the blue bar here, has increased significantly year over year over year. In fact, we saw one of the biggest increases just last year in 2019. Facebook is anticipating to continue to raise these rates and keep charging your advertisers more, which leaves them in kind of a rough spot. Okay, the crazy part is, no matter how much your advertisers pour into boosting posts on Facebook, that post will never leave the social media silo of Facebook. Same story with Instagram or Twitter, right? No matter how much they pay into that social media network, if you pay Facebook $1 million to boost a post, it's still never going to leave the audience of Facebook. So your advertisers are pouring more and more of their advertising dollars into social media, not really realizing they are stuck in this social media silo at a higher price than what you would generally charge to promote the same information. Social is going up and spending on print is going down, making it another valuable argument to really focus on the digital side as well as social media as a form of revenue generation as well as information distribution for your advertisers. Burrell's survey of thousands of newspaper advertisers, finds that the vast majority of these newspaper advertisers are cutting back on print, and they're spending an average of $1,500 on Facebook alone. Okay, that's a solid chunk of money that used to go directly to you, the newspaper, from these advertisers and from their ad budget. That's now being siphoned off and going directly to Facebook. Okay, the bottom line here is that social is not going anywhere. It's almost a necessity that can be a useful tool or a direct competitor. Some of the reasons that you should be more active with social is, number one, to help grow revenue on new and current products. We're going to show you some of those methods here in just a little bit. Social media can also help you drive single copy sales, or if you're a free publication, individual pickups. Okay, if you tease a story through social media that somebody wants to read, oftentimes they do pick up that print edition. You can also increase ad impressions, increase overall traffic. Social media also helps with SEO and is definitely driving a lot of referral traffic for our news partners. Social media can also help you build email lists and assist with data mining. Social media is also an excellent way to reach non-newspaper readers, so the people that aren't necessarily subscribing to your news, but still care about what's happening within their local community, especially those youngsters. Last but not least, social media can also be a great way to drive revenue directly. And this is new revenue we're talking about here, right? Not trying to replace any of the revenue that you've got. Okay, so how can we really monetize social media? How can social media be turned into a valuable tool for revenue generation as well as a great way to distribute information out there? Okay. First, if you're posting to Facebook at all, right, make sure you are getting the low-hanging fruit by maximizing your Facebook reach. Every time you post, anyone that likes your post is available to be invited to actually like the page overall. So you should invite everyone who likes any of your news posts to like the page as well. It is easy. All you have to do is simply click, you log in as that business, as your newspaper, on your newspaper Facebook page, and click on the number of likes that you have on any post. It brings up this window. Right? You can then click on invite to invite each person. You can tell if that person has already liked your page or not, and this will even tell you if you've actually already sent an invitation to that user. If you have not, you can invite that person simply by clicking the little invite button that you see here. This will send them a message and invite them to like and follow your page. As we just learned, likes and follows are not worth as much as they used to be because of the decrease in organic reach. But they are still a valuable connection and can make open additional opportunities later. Please excuse me. I know you have a lot going on, but you should have at least one person devoted to paying attention to social media. Someone needs to understand this stuff and on a regular basis, check in on little opportunities like this. Emails are another great way to drive revenue and increase reach. And social media ties directly into gathering emails and strategy for doing so. Emails really are the holy grail of marketing. It is considered one of the most effective channels for lead generation and staying connected with that person. Big surprise, social media can be a great way to help capture this information. It is true, you can no longer data mine an email address directly from a like on Facebook, but social media is still a good way to increase reach with a link to a form that collects this information on your website. So we suggest using contests, sweepstakes, giveaways, coupons, and surveys to drive email and data collection. Offer something in exchange for their valuable information, and don't forget to use social media to promote these methods. Capture that information and you can increase community reach by adding them to your newsletter. You can later monetize that contact with a paid email distributed for your advertiser. You can gather even more emails by putting links to your Facebook page and your Twitter, in your Instagram, and you can also gather more emails by putting links to your Facebook page and in your Twitter and Instagram bios. Those were a little roundabout, but important pieces of the social media puzzle for your publications. Here are some ways you can monetize social media more directly. The Center Daily Times. They generated more than $12,000 by promoting deals from advertisers online, in print, email, and on Facebook and other social media sites. Center Daily Times uses their needs assessment technique to help determine an important deal or sale coming up for clients and provided an awesome way to get the word out. Again, charging for the added exposure. Posting a link for advertisers' deals or sales on social media is easy and it extends reach. This is a very valuable tool that you can utilize for recovery now. Speak with your advertisers, find out what's most important information to get out for that actual business, and distribute some of that through your social media channels. Again, an excellent opportunity to drive some additional dollars, but you're also going to be able to help that advertiser recover faster from the craziness that coronavirus and these riots have put upon them. Fan of the day that you see here and other contests are relatively easy to do and get advertiser sponsors for, especially if they tie into your core competency, events and activities in your community. You will notice the form to apply to be the fan of the day, request an email address. Very smart. This is again another option that's promoted via Facebook and allows for even a sponsorship of the overall competition or even a day of the competition to be fan of the day. Here are even more ideas that you can find at Second Street Lab. They focus on best of, contests, quizzes, giveaways, and other interactive pieces for your readers to drive information capture and show you that you can monetize a lot of these pieces of information. Just like everyone else, they are very focused on email capture and remarketing to those email addresses that you collect. Do the work of promoting these through social and you will reap the rewards in added engagement and reach. For even more ideas, you can always chat with us here at Friends2Follow. We'd love to engage with our newspapers and help them with even more revenue generation. And of course, check out Jed Williams from the Local Media Association on Twitter. He's the Chief Innovation Officer and he lives up to the title. He has tons of good ideas and examples of ways to work with social media for some monetization. Again, social media represents a real threat, but is also an opportunity for advertisers to reach your audience. Work with those advertisers and help them escape social media silos. Here are a few of Williams' examples. Lancaster newspaper here earns about $1,000 a month doing sponsored restaurant reviews and interviews. Simple recording of a simple conversation about food put onto the newspaper website and also distribute through social media. Other ideas include branded content, almost like doing a native ad through social media, right? So a sponsored post, if you will. And also a post with me, sort of a concept. So you can always utilize your brand and lend some authority to any one of your individual advertisers out there by posting with them. Keep in mind, you don't have to do any of this alone. There are a lot of companies that will work with you and for you to help you with these different social media aspects. I'm not endorsing any of these over others. I'm just using them as examples. GrowthWeaver, for instance, will partner with you to help your advertisers manage their social media. Social News Desk helps newsrooms organize their social media and do things like contests and other interactive features. Leap helps with data mining, and of course, us here at Friends2Follow, we help you monetize advertisers' social media directly using your website and the social media of advertisers. Of course, we are going to give you just a little bit of information about what we do. We will not hit this too hard. Feel free to contact me directly to learn more, but we are one of the best ways to drive revenue with social media using your website and the strength of your audience. I'll also be showing you what we're doing to assist with COVID-19 recovery and beyond. First of all, the concept behind Friends2Follow is very straightforward. Friends2Follow is a unique form of advertising that engages your readers and turns social media from a drain of revenue into a new source of money in the door for your newspaper. We help you partner with struggling advertisers. They don't do anything new. They continue to post their vital updates to the social media accounts of choice. It's not just Facebook. So whether they're using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, doesn't matter. We take their posts from their source of social media and we automatically push those into content blocks and online banner ads throughout your website. Providing a megaphone for their social media lets advertisers reach the thousands of local eyeballs only you as a newspaper can provide. And they pay you for the opportunity. This is an example of just one of the point of sale sheets that our clients have created out there. Just letting you know, you post to whatever social media that you like out there, and this appears on every page of our local news website. Literally, your social media posts on every page of that website. We also have a mobile news feed that's listed here, and a special Friends2Follow feature page. These folks are doing a great job of maximizing the traction that each one of these social media posts can provide to that local market out there. As far as specifics are concerned, we do a lot specifically for COVID-19 recovery and beyond. Frederick News Post, you may recognize these guys. They are actually in your localized area here. This is one of our first clients, and they do a fantastic job of utilizing social media throughout their website. They're keeping people up to date on the most up-to-date information coming from the local sources of social media, as well as more national sources all about the COVID-19. This clicks through to a full page devoted to COVID-19 that's all about their stories and has even more social media content coming from these trusted sources of social media. They're also utilizing us for coronavirus recovery using something called Curbside in Frederick. This allows their different advertisers in particular, but also other retail stores and anybody that's offering curbside service to be able to post their social media right here on the homepage of their website. We're going to open up this link as well, and I'll show you what their overall curbside page looks like. Furthermore, in normal times, if you will, they also use us as an included portion of every single digital package that they sell. Last year, they were able to drive over $480,000 in packages that included Friends2Follow. Again, that's package revenue not coming just from Friends2Follow. But they did find that Friends2Follow was a valuable tool to help close those overall deals for more revenue. These guys even utilize us for social media distribution on a regular basis as well. So these are all their own social media posts that are coming through in a Friends2Follow feature that's devoted specifically to the local business, or excuse me, the local happenings coming directly from this publication out there. We do find an increased click-through rate when you put your social media directly through our content blocks. Now back to the coronavirus features in particular. We just loaded this additional feature that our client is using here, Curbside in Frederick. And what they've done here is they are a town news site, and they've married a business directory feature where they've got all of their open businesses featured into this one specific block here, where you can list and see all those different businesses that are open. And right next to that is the companion Curbside in real time. So these are social media posts coming from these exact same businesses. So you're not only able to find out information about the businesses here, right, as far as location, things like that, but you can also see their most recent social media posts coming directly into this content block. So you can see their most recent updates for hours or other vital information that they're trying to distribute specifically to readers. We have other publications that are doing similar things as well. We've got the Sentinel Source here, which is out of Keene, New Hampshire. These folks have a very similar feature called Open for Business. This allows them, again, to put their restaurants and other businesses that are open with their most recent information, their most vital updates that they're trying to communicate to your readers, their local clients out there. This is an excellent feature and also has an online banner ad component that runs run of site throughout their entire newspaper website. This is a great way to engage with your readers, again, with that up-to-date information coming directly from your advertisers. We do also provide what we call social-powered online banner ads. So for any one of your advertisers, you can create a truly set-it-and-forget-it online banner ad that will run in rotation with and in concert with your existing online ad inventory. So we can take the most recent social media posts of any of your advertisers and turn that into the actual creative, the content that's coming through into your ad spaces. The beauty of this is that our social-powered online banner ads run in concert with and in rotation through your existing online banner ad server. Okay, you don't have to do anything differently than you're already doing with your ad server or the way that you sell. But this content is evergreen. It's consistently and constantly updated with the most recent social media posts coming directly from those individual advertisers out there. We do start with a nice little branding slide, and then we go right into their most recent social media posts as the content of that ad. We also have a self-service component that's available for all of our clients. Inside Nova has gone with a very similar strategy to some of our other publications as far as an open for business feature. Here they're showcasing again all of the most recent social media posts of their advertisers that are open and offering services retail, or any kind of food options directly through a curbside or even now a dine-in sort of an option there. Okay, so you're going to see a very robust set of businesses that are coming through here. As part of that recovery, they are offering a special rate, and they're doing it through our self-service option. Okay, this is something that you can send as a link via email to any of your advertisers that allows them to add their social media account or accounts, whatever you allow, select one of the packages that you would have created for them, and they can actually create an account and check out through Stripe.com, who is simply a payment gateway. We do not touch those dollars. They go directly to our newspaper partners out there. Okay, it's a great way for you to be able to offer this stuff up, be able to send emails instead of sales reps even. So if you're not sending your sales reps into individual advertisers, this is particularly a great option. And it doesn't have to just be Friends2Follow. You can package a number of different pieces together with Friends2Follow and put it into this self-service system. Again, we don't touch that money. You take it directly through Stripe.com, and it's a great way to maximize your effectiveness, especially with decreasing staff sizes. Last but not least, we do also provide a lead generation tool. So for any city or zip code and state, you can find the low-hanging fruit for that area. Okay, we list not only the advertisers and some contact information, but we also list each and every social media account that advertiser engages with. Each of these are live linked directly to that form of social media, so your advertiser reps can go out there and prospect these advertisers very quickly and very easily. You may also notice that a lot of these businesses do include email contact information. All of this information can be exported into an Excel document, which in turn can be uploaded directly to an email blasting service. So if you wanted to use our self-service feature, let people know about this cool new social media piece that's going to take their most recent social media posts and distribute it directly to your newspaper audience, it's a very quick and easy sale, and again, doesn't generally require an actual sales representative. You can generally close this business through email. There's a lot of revenue potential specifically with Friends2Follow. We're going to hit this again very, very quickly, but keep in mind you're not limited to the number of widgets that you can put on any page or number of pages throughout your website. So if you want to have a special feature distributing the posts of your restaurants in a dining section, you can absolutely do that. Real estate agents and agencies on a real estate page, maybe your auto dealers on a sports page, just be aware this is a very robust tool. People have gone so far to say that we're the Swiss Army knife of advertising, because any focus that you might have for an advertising section or an advertising promotion, anything of the sort, generally should have a social media component to it, and we provide that component. We do also see our package revenue closing because of Friends2Follow. We've got a lot of clients that see us as a great way to help close overall package revenue out there. And even our smallest newspapers are able to earn anywhere between $2,000 and $5,000 a month by promoting the social media posts that your advertisers are investing so much time, effort, and money in. Here's one quick case study coming from our friends over at Herald Dispatch. Number one, they had a problem. Well, their advertisers had a problem, which means they, as a newspaper, also had a problem. Okay, the big problem here is that Facebook reach is down, and their advertisers are paying on Facebook to have those posts seen. In this market, advertisers typically pay about $50 per post to boost that post to about 10,000 people. Okay? Facebook ad rates are up, and the Herald Dispatch is looking for new revenue, so they created a little package where in the overall package revenue, they only devoted about $99 to the Friends2Follow feature. So they gave an excellent price as part of a package, but they closed overall package revenue. Okay? As part of this package, for only $99 a month, their advertisers were able to post all of their social media directly to the audience that the Herald Dispatch serves. which, by the way, is about 3.8 million people per month, or excuse me, at least page views per month. Currently, they have 18 advertisers online, and they earn around $2,000 a month from us. But the big play for them has been the package revenue. They're able to drive a lot more revenue in the door by packaging Friends2Follow together with other advertising products that meet the needs of their advertisers, again, based off of a very basic needs assessment. We have more than 400 customers in 5 countries, and they love us. Friends2Follow is a very straightforward opportunity. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Local Advertiser, we're going to take your social media posts and push them to the audience that we serve through our newspaper website. Okay, a lot of our customers have a lot of very nice things to say about us. Katie Sala, for instance, from the Republican American, she does not recommend many products. I had a long conversation with her about this, but she happily does it for Friends2Follow because she does feel it's a very easy to use product that is a solid form of revenue generation from a source that was previously untapped. Sue Nelson of Morris Multimedia actually did a pixel by pixel comparison of Friends2Follow versus all the rest of her ad spaces. She did find that we were the most effective at driving revenue with the smallest amount of digital real estate devoted to it. We've also been called a one-call close product. This is absolutely true, and I can speak from experience on this. I do a lot of four-legged sales calls for Friends2Follow. Not every time, but quite often you can walk into a meeting and walk out with a signed contract when you include Friends2Follow in that overall package. Whether you're offering it as a standalone product or as a part of a package, this is something that's so straightforward. It's very obvious to the advertiser, and especially the advertiser that does their own social media posts. This is a must-have product. As I mentioned before, we've also been accused of helping to close overall package revenue. The Blender Group, which focuses on sales training and also sales blitzes with local community newspapers, does a great job of selling Friends2Follow as an overall portion of packages. They say that their closing rate jumps about 15 percentage points when they include Friends2Follow in the sales blitz, as opposed to having it excluded. Bottom line here, folks, there is no silver bullet. Community recovery is going to be a long and arduous task. Friends2Follow and social media advertising, other vendors, and your staff can assist to drive more engagement for your publication and also more revenue for your publication. But that in turn helps your advertisers. This is the virtuous cycle that we've lived in forever. You drive consumers, your readers, directly in the door of your advertisers. Your advertisers pay you for that privilege. But we have to get through these unprecedented times to thrive in the new normal. We need to get back to basics and work together as a community. Social media can be an inexpensive and valuable part of your advertiser solution. Determine advertisers' current needs, craft a package that will help them recover from these unprecedented times, and help them execute. Social media is a particularly important piece of the puzzle, especially right now. Leverage the social media to help your community by connecting advertisers with customers while meeting Burrell's criteria that you see here. Again, social media is nothing more than a force multiplier for your staff. It can help with distribution. It can help with driving new and better traffic directly to your website, and it can be used as an advertising opportunity as well. Even data collection comes through social media. So again, if you have any questions on anything that you've seen here today, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are going to end with a quick little quote from our friend Mark Twain. Few sinners are saved after the first 20 minutes of a sermon, and we've been on for over a half an hour now. So I want to make sure that we get you folks on your way. MDDC, they are an excellent organization, and they actually use us to drive more engagement for your social media posts. We would be honored to show you how we can assist your publication to increase revenue and also to increase engagement. Thank you again so much for your time. Please let me know if you have any questions or if we can ever do anything for you. We'd be honored to take a look at your website and tell you what we can do. My name again is Reineck Morris. You can reach me with the information that you see on the screen, Reineck@friends2follow.com. If you call me, please don't hesitate. I do answer to anything that starts with an R. So if you butcher my name, it's really not a problem. Please let me know if you have any questions or if we can do anything for you here at Friends2Follow. Thank you again so much for your time and attention. I appreciate them both sincerely. Have a great day.